All right, let's break down something that's at the very heart of some of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make, the real estate appraisal. And trust me, it's so much more than just a formality. Getting this number right is absolutely critical. I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you needed to know for real what a property was worth? Whether you're trying to buy your dream home, navigating a big life change, or settling an estate, there's this one number, the official valuation, that can literally change everything. So today, we're going to walk through exactly how you get that number, step by step. So first things first, why do you even need an appraisal? Well, it's not just to satisfy your curiosity. An appraisal is usually required during these major life events where having an unbiased, professional opinion on a property's value isn't just nice to have, it's non-negotiable. And we are talking about some really high-stakes situations here. You know, from the thrill of buying a new home to the legal maze of a divorce or settling a trust, every single one of these moments depends on a rock-solid valuation. It's the foundation for any transaction to be fair and legally sound. Okay, now here's something you might not realize. You don't just call up and ask for an appraisal. It turns out the kind of report you need is completely tied to why you're getting one in the first place. This is where being crystal clear is your best friend. Seriously, before you even pick up the phone, you've got to know exactly what your goal is. Are you refinancing, settling an estate? Just answering that one question shapes the entire process and tells the appraiser what kind of report they need to build for you. And yeah, each of these purposes requires a totally different approach. For instance, a valuation for the IRS has completely different rules and requirements than one needed for divorce settlement. Each report is tailor-made to meet specific legal or financial standards, so it's guaranteed to hold up under scrutiny. All right, so you figured out the why and the what. Now let's get to the how. We're going to cover the practical steps of actually scheduling your appointment, which is probably a lot more straightforward than you think. You've got a few options. You can fill out an online form or even visit an office in person, and those work just fine. But honestly, just picking up the phone is almost always the fastest way to go. You can ask all your questions, make sure they understand your specific situation, and get a time locked in, all in one shot. Okay, appointment booked. Now for the part that sometimes makes people a little nervous, the on-site visit. But here's the good news. You really don't need to stress about preparing your home for this. The appraiser's focus isn't on how clean your house is, I promise. They're not there to judge your housekeeping. It's all about having the right information handy. A little bit of paperwork can make a massive difference in how accurate the final report is. So here's a quick list of things to pull together. Got records of that kitchen renovation? That shows added value. Floor plans? They give the appraiser exact dimensions. An old appraisal report can provide some useful history, and the legal description just makes sure they're analyzing the right piece of land. It's all about giving them the full picture. And hey, you don't need to block out your entire day for this. Depending on how big or complex your property is, the appraisal will probably only be there for about 1 to 2 hours. They'll be busy measuring, taking photos, and just getting a feel for the property's overall condition. Now, once the appraiser walks out the door, that's when their real work actually begins. That on-site inspection, that's just the starting line for a deep dive into research and analysis. So, here's how it all plays out. After the inspection, the appraiser hits the books. They're digging into market data, comparing your property to recent sales in the area, basically becoming a detective for your home. Then, within a few business days, you'll get the final detailed report. And what you get at the end of all this isn't just an opinion. It's a defensible valuation backed by hard data. The appraiser's job is to be an impartial third party. They deliver a credible number that's based purely on the facts and what the current market is doing. And that report is built to be absolutely rock solid. I mean, think about it. In some legal cases, professional appraisers can be called as expert witnesses to actually defend their valuation in a court of law. That's the level of credibility we're talking about. Which brings us to a final thought. In real estate, we get so focused on curb appeal, negotiations, and closing costs. But maybe, just maybe, the most overlooked and most important piece of the puzzle is a property's true objective value. Because at the end of the day, that's the one number that everything else is built on.